Good, what is it, Thursday or Friday? I don't know, I think it's Thursday, not really sure. But we are going to continue with the series on the deadbeat daddy from Algonquin, Illinois by the name of Aaron. Now, for those who are following the series here, you understand, what you're wondering what that loud noise is. There's a company right on the other side of the woods here. They're doing some work and they're a little loud. So if you hear some banging and some banging going on and popping and whatnot, that's what's going on in the background over here. But I'm coming to you from the woods in my backyard. And again, if you don't know where I'm at, I am in New Port Richey, Florida. We've just relocated down here. Me, my wife, my stepdaughter, who is the subject of these recent videos. Now, in the woods of Florida, you run into all sorts of things out here. But I like it out here. I enjoy being out here. It's nice. It's refreshing. You can still hear the traffic on the other side. There's a little road that's just off to behind me here. But let's resume back where we were here. Now, last time I was out here talking to you, I was talking to you about my stepdaughter's biological father, who is back in Algonquin, Illinois. And, well, quite honestly, he's a piece of shit. Quick recap, he's always... Shit, is that a snake? Oh, fuck. No. Oh, God, that scared the shit out of me. It's a piece of rope. I thought it was a snake. And, you know, you have no idea what's going to crawl up on you out these woods. And, I mean, you look around. I'm in a heavily wooded area right now. It's pretty intense out here, but I like it out here. That's what I like about Florida. I like the wildlife. I like nature. I like all that stuff. But back to deadbeat daddy Aaron. Now, this guy, just a quick recap. I sent him last Saturday. I sent him about some guys over here. I sent him about 30 texts in the span of maybe 2 hours. Just basically telling him, hey, you know what? Your daughter's starting college in August. You might want to be a father, and seeing how you've missed her 8th grade graduation, he missed all of her special events when she was in Explorers, he missed her high school graduation. On her 18th birthday, he told her that now that you're 18, you're no longer my responsibility. Said that to her face. The latest child support check that we got from the prick, in the memo section, it said last payment. I mean, this is the kind of asshole this man is, okay? This guy is a regular dick beyond dicks. I mean, he takes the fucking title for Jag-off Father of the Year every year. Now, keep in mind, he's being... Not that he doesn't have the ability to stop and say, what I'm doing is wrong, but he is heavily being influenced by his girlfriend, Bruiser Brenda. Now, Bruiser Brenda is a big girl, okay? She's a big, big woman. And she's very uneducated, very stupid sounding when you talk to her. Excuse me, there's bugs flying around me now. You got something up in the tree, you're staring at me. I don't know what the hell that is, but you can see right underneath the big tree here. Now, last Saturday, after I sent all these texts, hoping to solicit a response from this asshole, I wanted to talk to him on the phone. I wanted to talk to him man to man, but it's hard to talk man to man when only one person on the phone is a man. And right now, I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but that would be me, because I would never do such a heinous thing to my child as to say, you're not my responsibility, blow off high school graduation, 8th grade graduation, special events in her life. And then not only does he send Bruiser Brenda to confront me on the phone, she called me. He didn't. Okay, in case you missed the last video, she called not him, while he sat in the background. And I could hear him. And I kept saying to her, "Do you let me talk to him?" "I'm not talking to him. He's not even here." Well, he was there, okay? This is the kind of immature little piece of shit prick this man Aaron from Algonquin, Illinois is. So if you're in Algonquin, Illinois, and you see some balding motherfucker driving a red Jeep with a big old fat woman in the side, that's most likely him. So I would suggest you kind of walk up to him and go, "Hey, aren't you the fucking jagoff that won't take care of your kid?" Because he thinks, okay, his ex-wife, my wife, is of the type of person, she just says fuck it and walks away from shit. I, on the other hand, I can't let this go. I will eventually, but for right now, I can't. Because as a man, I think to myself, would I do the same thing in this situation that he's doing? And the answer is absolutely, positively not. I would never do something like this to a child. I'm the type of guy, if I had a child with a woman and we were divorced or whatever the case, maybe we were separated, I would be living as close to that child as I humanly possibly could. Meaning if they moved to another state, I might not get down there right away, but I would be very, very close by soon. Okay, this guy, Aaron, out in Algonquin, Illinois, his idea of being a close parent is once, twice, every 6 months you stop by and you go, "Hey, how's it going?" Or you call up and you talk to your daughter like she's 7 years old. That's his idea of good parenting skills. Okay, and I'm not joking with you. The man calls she's 18 years old. The man called her when she was 16. I think that was the last time they spoke to each other. And I could hear him on the phone. And I hand to God, I am not exaggerating this in any bit, but this is a 16-year-old girl who is very intelligent. And he gets on the phone with her and he goes, "Hi, baby. How are you? Are you okay, baby girl? You know how much I love you." That's how he talks to her. Okay? You know, I don't even talk to my dogs like that. Okay? I mean, this is the type of... Excuse me. Something flew in my mouth. This is the kind of asshole this man is. And I'm kind of at wit's end because I really don't know how to efficiently handle the situation, to say, or how to efficiently make him understand. And you know, and my wife, his ex-wife, she always says, you can't make him understand anything because he doesn't see what he's doing is wrong. I can understand that part of it, but isn't there a part of you inside as a man or a woman that when you have a child, that part of you kind of broadens, awakens more, where you say, you know what, I have a child now, I have to put this child in a higher place, higher priority? You would think that a guy would do that. Now, I might be taking this a little bit harder than everybody else because of the fact I myself cannot have children. So I was absolutely blessed to have Lisa and Miranda come into my life. I'm not going to lie to you. When I first started seeing her, and you know, there's a 6-year-old involved, it scared me. I thought, man, I can't be screwing with this woman and then leave in 3 years or 6 months or so. Luckily for me, my decision came right away, and that was 11 years ago, and we've been married now for 8. It'll be 8 years this September. And I don't ever want to be divorced from this woman. I don't ever want her to leave me. I don't want there to ever be a problem. She's a wonderful woman, and her child, her daughter, is a fantastic kid. That's the part that really bugs me the most, I'd have to say. Because here you're lucky enough, first off, I think most men think of this way. If you're lucky enough to have a daughter, you know, that's like fucking cool as shit. Because, you know, you can have sons. And sons can be pretty cool. But let's face it, most boys turn out to be little pricks when they hit 15. A good example, my wife's middle child. He's a troubled little boy, troubled little young man now. You know, he has his things, and I'm sure one day he'll straighten his ass out. And I'm sure as time goes on, we'll be getting a knock at our door one day where he's standing there going, I want to live in Florida now, Mom. But we made it very clear to her two sons back in Illinois. You show up at our door, you have 30 days at our house, and then you're out the door. I am not playing that game of financing your life or feeding you or clothing you or anything. You're both in your 20s. The one's in his late 20s. The middle one is, I think, 20 or 21. And then, of course, there's Miranda, the youngest, the daughter, who should, by all accounts, as a father, should be your number one frickin' priority. Because you're the man in her life. You're the one who's supposed to show her what men are all about. You're the one who's supposed to let her know what to accept from a man and what not to accept, what is good behavior and what is bad behavior. You're supposed to be the guy there that when the first time she brings a boy home, did you sit there and you scare the shit out of that little fucker so he doesn't try to do anything with your daughter. I will gladly take those roles. Gladly. Now, I do have to say that his inability to be a dad, Mr. Aaron out of Algonquin, Illinois, his inability to be a father has opened up an absolutely wonderful door for me. I have been a big influence in this child's life. I have not been the only influence. I have been a big influence because she's been around me since she was 6 years old. 6 years old. I mean, I met her one time when she was 5, but my wife was with somebody different. And long story. Stupid thing. But inevitably, because she was with this other person, that's how I met her. And so I guess it was meant to be. So anyway. But I'm still completely flabbergasted at the fact that this man does not want to admit to the fact that he even has a daughter. He acts like she's a complete stranger. So, if you're in the Algonquin, Illinois area, somewhere's in the area of 31 and Algonquin Road, be on the lookout for a red Jeep. Like I said, for a guy who's balding clear back there. I mean, I'm no better, but, you know, he's way the hell back there. Just walk up to him and say, hey, nice fathering skills, dude. Because I want the world to know what kind of a jerk this man is. I want him to absolutely feel the pressure. And, you know, when you've only got a handful of subscribers, it's hard to do, okay? But I just hope that and pray that somehow, some way, karma jumps up and bites this fucker in the ass. Oh, here's something else that you might find interesting. This is how ungrateful this man is. Okay, he has destroyed his body from cigarettes, poor diet, lack of exercise. So inevitably, he has just recently undergone, I believe it was a triple bypass surgery. Okay, they literally saved him. They pulled his ass out of the jaws of death and saved his life. You know, his response was, why did it have to cost so much? Yeah. You just got a second chance at life, and all you're worried about is cost. That's how this guy works. Nothing bothers him except for money. If it's money for Brenda the Bruiser, it flows like rain and water. If it's money for his children, well, you know, gosh darn it, I'm broke this week. I got no money. I don't know what to do. I don't know how I'm going to eat this week. when they were younger, I remember the excuses he used to tell them when they would, they'd be looking forward to seeing their dad, like most little kids do. He'd call up at the last minute. I have a side job. I can't come. Side job equals Brenda said you're not going this weekend. You're coming over here, and you're going to pay for all my shit this weekend. Okay? I watched him deny his daughter back when she was younger. He brought her home early with the premise that he had a side job. Well, the kids heard him on the phone talking to her, saying, yeah, let me just get rid of my kids and I'll be right over. So how do you put a woman that you're dating, that you haven't even been dating that long, how do you put that woman over your flesh and blood? I don't understand it. If I had a daughter, well, I mean, I do, but if I had a biological daughter of my own, and I hated the mother, couldn't stand her, guess what? Every time I went over to that house, big smile on my face. How's your mom doing? Your mom's a wonderful lady. I'm so happy that she's doing this for you. But why do parents who are divorced sabotage their children's views by trashing the person that they were married to? Now, Lisa, who I'm married to, has never said anything very disheartening about her ex, Aaron, the idiot from Algonquin, Illinois. But I mean, she's gotten to a breaking point a couple times where she's uttered a few words, but for the most part, I've never really heard her talk ill in front of her kids about him. Unfortunately, that is pretty much me who does that, because I get frustrated very, very easy and very fast with this man and his lack of wanting to take care of his own children. He ignores them. They are second to everything in his life. He doesn't seem to give a shit whether they're around or not. We've tried on several occasions to call him and say, hey, she's got a special event coming up. You want to come? I can't. Or what he does is he finds out. See, this is what he does. Like for her graduation. Okay, she graduated in May last month. His oldest boy went over there and said, hey, Miranda's graduating May, whatever. So he knows. This is like a week before. What does he do? He blows it completely off. Waits till we are on the road to come down here to Florida, and then pops up with the last payment. And, was the graduation last weekend? Oh, I forgot. How do you forget shit like that as a father, as a parent? How do you forget shit like that? You don't. You just don't want to go. And that's all it is. He doesn't want to go. So, I guess the bottom line here is simply this. The man's a piece of shit. His daughter knows. I'm trying to negotiate through the woods here. His daughter knows that he's a piece of shit now. Excuse me. And there's a part of me that says that is a really sad fact of life. Okay, it really is. It's sad that a man cannot have his daughter in his life due to his own actions. It's not the lack of her, but see, that's something else that he told. He lied to his girlfriend. He lied to Brenda the Bruiser and told her that the reason he doesn't see his daughter anymore is because his daughter won't call him. Is that a good enough reason? Should a man have to wait for his children to call him before he does anything? No. You're the dad. You call up. You make the arrangements. You keep in contact. It's not up to your children to keep in contact. Now, see, I can relate a little bit to what she's going through. My mother abandoned me when I was 13. And I've always resented that woman for that. Well, then things got bad between me and my dad. My dad has a second family that's more important than his first family. So inevitably, they don't even know I'm down here. They haven't talked to me in 2 years. I guess what I'm trying to hope for, and it probably won't happen, but I'm trying to hope for a reconciliation of some degree. I want him to just admit that he has fucked up and say, yeah, I did this. You know, forgive me, don't forgive me, but I did it. But the sad thing about it is he's not a man. He does not have a strong bone in his body to do anything on his own. He lets this Brenda the Bruiser do everything. I mean, would I send my wife to talk to somebody who's bitching at me? No. I go and I look them square in the fucking face and I ask them what their fucking problem is. Not this guy. He sticks his head up his girlfriend's pussy and hides there. Oh, take care of it for me. Take care of it for me. I don't like confrontation. That's how he talks. I'm not exaggerating. That is how the man talks. He is such a pussy. So, I'm going to end this. These videos, I get ranting, and I know. I'm probably wasting my time and my breath, but I have to do this for right now for me. This is what I need to do. And I'm sure there's somebody's going to watch this video and hear that last part, and they're going to go, yeah, you know what? I agree with him. I know what he's talking about. I know how you feel. I understand it. And I'm being bitten there. Ow, what the hell is that? So, with that being said, if you're in the Algonquin, Illinois area, like I said, and you happen to run into deadbeat daddy Aaron, tell him Jim from Florida says, how's it going, ass fuck? Oh, that's okay. If you do run into him, he'll probably have his girlfriend do all his talking for him because he can't do anything on his own without her permission. You know, it's to the point where I think the man even has to ask her to open up her purse so he can retrieve his dick and balls so he can take a piss. Some guys like living that style. I'm not one of them. I don't care for it. I think it's kind of silly. Marriage should be equal people, 50-50. You know, but with that being said, I'm out of here. And I would appreciate it if you give me a like, subscribe, hit the bell icon, get some more notifications when I put out these ranty little videos of mine. I would really appreciate just a like. And if you're watching this, just leave me a comment. Let me know what you think I should do. Should I just say fuck it and let it all go? Or should I keep pursuing this motherfucker until he admits what he's doing wrong? I don't know. So, like, subscribe, hit the bell icon, and I am out of here until maybe tomorrow or the next day. Thanks for watching. I do really appreciate it, and thanks mostly for listening. I know it can be a little boring at times. Have a great day. Thanks.